Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, my friends. Mason, hi, it's me, your #1 fan. Hope you're doing well and can get rest now that finals are over. So, funny thing is, it's the end of one phase. Today's the end of phase 1. I took my last final exam today, and that's amazing and all that. But the problem is, it's only phase 1 of probably 3. So phase 2 is I need to get ready for some other work and some more deadlines soon towards the end of the year. So it's not the end of it, but at least I'm past one part of it. So, you know, I get to take a short break and then I get to resume right away. So That's where we are at right now. Anyway, but that said, thank you so much, Mason. Sean, hello. How are you, my friend? Anyway, hello everybody. Salty Nutted. Early Merry Christmas. Oh, thank you. Happy holidays to you as well. Also, let's see who is here. Jokobo. Lana. Busy Timmy. Ninewalker. Elvin Monster. Hello. Cloud. Hello. Abstraction Layer. So, what's up, my dude? Ryotaro. Hello. Also, Sean. It has been too long though. My work is almost done? What do you mean my work is almost done? What's work, Mr. Sean? What's cooking these days? What's cooking? Good evening, Blackjack. Hello. Told myself I was gonna go to sleep, but it seems like I'm gonna watch stream. Well, you should not force yourself to watching things if you are tired and need to go to bed. I totally understand. Kinda dropped my Prime when I got on my computer. Actually, it's so dumb that you can't do the Prime sub on mobile. Like Twitch doesn't have the option to do the Prime sub properly on mobile, which is the stupidest thing. I don't understand it. Probably an Amazon thing, maybe. They want to maybe put you on ads or something. I don't know. But yeah. Winter break soon though, yes. Herrick, hello. Why Prime when you can tier 1? True. True. That's the big brain move right there. Why Prime when you can tier 1? Support the best Korean keyboard streamer, no cap? Oh, come on. There's so many Korean keyboard streamers though, actually. Shall we mention how many Korean keyboard streamers there are? There is. Not Lightning Keyboards, because that guy's, I heard he's Mexican. There's Mr. Tiha Typer. There's Yura, PSD. There's Tim Keyless. There is Inomushiki. There's Dr. Huru. There is Gian. Well, yeah. In the US, I'm saying. In the US, at least. But I mean, yeah, other places too. If you consider like Kenyans and Sungup and all these other people too. There's a lot. Desmat? Oh no, Desmat command. Oh yes. So let me show you what this is. What this thing is. So do you see the logo right here? So the Desmat today is actually a very thin leather mat from AE Boards. This is actually a leather mat from Keyboard Treehouse. It's actually slightly bigger than 900 by 400, although that's the measurement that's written on the website. I think I can find a link for you. There it is, AE Leather Desk Mat. Here it is. I put it in the chat. I've become more fit and today I was able to run around without gasping for air. Oh, wow, nice, dude. So you've been working out and killing it in life. Alright, I see you. I see you doing more productive things than keyboards and, you know, actually growing in life. I see you. Okay. Okay. Go ahead, you know, get stronger, do your thing, you know, be a baller in life and leave all of us nerds behind. I get it. Who makes a mini Desmat above your mouse? Oh yeah, so this is just a coaster from Alpha Keycaps that says, it says, coffee first, raffle L later. How sad is that? But I actually don't have coffee today, I have some tea. actually have some tea today, which it's kind of running a little hot. I need the coaster? Oh, you can get the coaster from Alpha Keycaps anytime you enter their raffles. I think you can get a coaster from Alpha Keycaps pretty easily. Anyway, oh yeah, also my mouse is plugged in because I realized that it was pretty discharged today. Imagine being productive, yeah. Bro, the keyboard game kind of weak right now? That hurts me. That basically saying the keyboard game kind of weak right now is like saying my keyboard game is weak. I am the keyboard game. Don't you get it? Just kidding. No, it's not true. That's a nice artisan holder. Does the badge come out? God damn it. It's very angering that's so expensive, but my frog type's better. The Kepler rebuild. Huh, I see. Oh, the Kepler is the TKL, right? Yeah. It's a nice board, but yeah. Alright, so I have one cool thing to unbox today. And it actually is right here. The one your artisan game is still OP. It's okay. Okay at best. So this is not actually the keyboard that I'm going to be building today. But this is a surprise. I've been waiting for this. Not too long, but it arrived so quickly and I'm very excited for it and I want to show you guys. Because I don't want to wait until I have to build it. Which is not going to happen anytime soon. Just saying. Unfortunately, because I'm very busy with other stuff and there's other things coming up that I need to get past. So until then, but I want to show you guys what this might be. Okay, it is covered, so I can easily just do this. Sheesh. My first custom patina keyboard from Knee Deep Patinas. Sheesh! Look at that! Look at that techno sticker. The sticker just screams. Just because I know techno is Knee Deep is a huge techno head, so you know. It's basically this sticker right there. Knee Deep Patinas though. It's a cakes. Hello, hello. Alright, so here is the name. Dendrite's Grasp. Finished a couple days ago and signed from my imagination to your desk. How wonderful. My knee weak for Knee Deep. Yeah. Alright, so here it is, my friends. Oof. And do you guys know what this is? Sheesh. Look, so it's interesting. So this time around he did it in such a way where I believe this is brushed and patina, right? But he's been experimenting a little bit to kind of improve the way he does his work in such a way where, you know, it definitely is a very lighting dependent thing, right? So like if I hold it in this light, right, it's obvious that there's a specific reflection happening here with the bluer portions, right, of the brass, and so you see, you know, more of it. But he's been experimenting in such a way where like he wants it to actually still have a lot of those features visible even in like worse quote unquote lighting, right? Like darker lighting, like duller lighting. So, and you can definitely see that. Whereas a lot of his earlier work definitely depended a lot on the lighting, because patina does have like a duller look to it in many cases. But this definitely is a bit improved from that. But yeah, look at that. Anyway, I'm sure some of you can guess what this keyboard is. You can already see the logo there. But if you can't, it's okay. I'll just show you. So I wanna, of course, thank Mr. Poner for sending this out. This is actually the Ion Keyboards Rogue in HHKB. Super nice. Yeah, so thank you, Poner, for sending this. I did a little bit of a hack job. I'm not sure if you noticed. So originally, this came in with feet that looked like this. But I was big-brained enough to cut the feet in such a way where the seams are barely noticeable. You can notice slightly there, but you can't really notice it on the left side here. But they are cut in such a way where you can actually see that the feet are not one whole piece. So I cut it out and made sure to fit it to the grooves because we don't have custom feet for these. But yeah, there it is. Anyway, so I'll be building this at some point in the future, near future, sooner than the other boards that I still have to build. Because there's a lot of keyboards I do have to build, but this is definitely going to be one of them very soon because I'm very excited about it. And look at that, screw just fell over, and I probably should put it underneath before I accidentally scratch any part of the case. But yeah, very pog indeed. All right, so we'll leave the Unz keyboard for some other time. So again, thank you also to Knee Deep, who very graciously was able to fit me into the current, pre-holiday queue and get this done pretty quickly. And it's amazing. It looks so nice. I definitely wanted to make it very unique because it was a gift from Mr. Poner, and also didn't want to just keep it. I didn't want to just keep it this way, bland, especially if it's like a unique prototype that probably will stay a prototype for a long time. And yeah, I don't think Rogue is happening anytime soon, so hopefully I'll get to build this soon and show you guys what it's about. But yeah, a great Christmas present indeed. I'm very thankful. Alright. So, sometime this week or coming week? Oh, to catch up? Oh yeah, sounds good, Sean. Take it easy, dude. Take it easy. I'm also super tired, to be honest. I'm not even sure if I should be streaming right now, but I felt motivated to unwind while building a keyboard, so yeah, so that's why we're here. Late night gang vibes, yeah, late night gang. Although, for me, this is no longer late night, because it's like my schedule just shifted completely this week. I basically pulled 2 all-nighters this week. Was up until like 9-10 a.m. and then went to sleep for a bit. And then had to take exams in the afternoon, and then do it all over again right away. I had a lot of work. I had an exam, and then I had to turn in some stuff, and then I had a important presentation that I need to prepare. And then I need to get feedback from that. And then I need to get some more work done. And then I had another exam today. So yeah, this week was pretty crazy for me. Finally done though with that part. So yeah, ugly phase number 1 is at least done. But I do have some other stuff coming up sooner than later. So I'll get back to work like probably next week. I mean, actually probably sooner than that, but yeah. Anyway, so today we are going to be building, as I said, a Prophet. Here is our plate. We have 2 different plates, but we're going to be building today with the full polypropylene plate. The other one is just a half is a nylon plate. It's also plastic. But yeah, no nylon today. Today we're gonna do polypropylene here, which comes in white. Let's see, we have some stabs. Have our PCB. And we have some stickers and the bump-ons. Nice. Did you kill the exam or what? I did kill one of the exams, yes. The other one I don't know because I haven't gotten any feedback or anything from it. But I know I did well on one of them. I don't know about the other one. The other one was actually hard. The one I took today was actually pretty difficult. It was 3.5 hours long. And there are a lot of questions. Very lengthy and very difficult to... actually just a lot of work. But yeah, done. It's all done. Alright. Here's the Prophet. Here's the Prophet in black. Very nice. Simple. Very simple case. Seamless. Just a nice bottom cover for it. Held by 6 little Torx head screws. USB port on the left side. Very low front height. Very nice and simple case. It's very, very simple. The way the plate mounts on this, I've shown this keyword before, is by using what Mr. Max West Foxtrot from Cable Car Designs calls pin mount, where basically the plate is suspended by these pins on the bottom case, and then just the top just lies on top of the plate very lightly, so there's no pressure from the top. Diego loves PP. Imagine not loving PP. I love PP. You can give me PP by going to https://paypal.me/ You can find the link actually underneath in one of my panels. So feel free to provide PP through one of those links. Very, very useful link. Support your favorite streamer with PP. PP, the sustenance of the streamers. Mine is still sitting at the airport. No updates. Oh, is this you get a Prophet too, Peaches? Is that what it is? What if I DM you my PP? I ban you from this chat, and then I also post it publicly so everyone can see it. That's what will happen, and then we will openly shame you. Because we love to do that. Just kidding. I wouldn't do you dirty like that. Or so I would say. Alright, so I don't think I need to open the case for now. You can just see the case. Very simple though. Nothing really going on in the interior. So I'll just leave it like this. I got an HKB Prophet. Oh, nice. Someone was asking what happens if they DM me that, so I was just answering to that. Alright, so here we have some C3 stamps. I don't think we need these. Let's see. So, from what I know, we're gonna do full backspace, enter, and shift. Split right shift. And bottom row, actually, we're gonna do 6.25 U bottom row today. Going ANSI with split right shift, essentially. Standard ANSI. Oh, that's not gonna happen. Nope, we're doing 7U today. We are doing 7U today because I forgot that plates are actually 7U only for the profit. Just remembered, never mind. And the PCB too, actually, so the only choice is to do 7U. 7U it is. It's kind of odd to not see support sometimes. Sometimes you don't expect it, and then you see support for everything, and then sometimes it's just not there. It just depends on the decision of the designer. Alright, cool. So 7U today. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Anyway, I hope you all have had a good week though. Unlike my week, which has been just extremely busy and painful and miserable, to be quite honest with you. Otherwise, I think I'm doing fine. I think I'm kind of surviving, just barely. Currently typing on my HKB Profit. This board is so nice. It is very nice. I think it's very underrated, if I may say so myself. I think it's a very underrated keyboard. Alright, let's open this PCB up and test it out. You're approaching final form. Hang in there. Yeah. My name is Frieza, and this isn't even my final form. But yeah, I will be approaching final form very soon. Hopefully. Let's see. Why not take the night off? It's been that tough? Oh, because this is my way to unwind, is to build a keyboard. I unwind by building keyboards. Building keyboards is fun. Building keyboards is not stressful. Building keyboards for me is pretty much automatic. I can do it while watching TV, you know? Like I can do it while whatever, you know, like just chilling out. So for me, yeah, building keyboards is fun and easy. So that's why I'm streaming and building a keyboard today. All right, let's test this out first though. Breakfast and boards when? Oh man, I actually am not very confident in my cooking skills, so that's actually something I wouldn't do streaming wise. It's just too much pressure. Too much pressure, man. I can cook by myself, but I don't like to. I don't think I have like the presentation skills for it either. I love food though. Quiver, hello. Christmas is next week. Hopefully you can have a break then. I think the sooner we get to the end of the year, the less of a break I technically have. Based on what's happening with my current deadlines and stuff. But that aside, it's okay. It's okay. I've had a painful and stupid busy week too. I'm right there with you. Yeah. It's just one of those weeks. Social battery ain't run out yet. So, well, I mean, I haven't even really been using my social battery, Raz, right? Because I haven't really been socializing lately, right? Who am I socializing with these days? I'm just doing work on my own every day. There's no socializing there. I'm socializing with myself and, I don't know, books and other things, papers. So yeah. Chat is mud. Diego confirmed. Alright, let's see. NC. Split right shift. 7U. Normal. And normal. Okay. Key map. That's fine. We don't have win keyless today, so that's fine. Oh, wait. I said split right shift, didn't I? Huh. Oh, okay. That's reversed, but that's fine. Backspace. Backslash. This social battery doesn't have polarity. That's a fun way to put it. Alright, F-row. That's fine. Insert, don't need it. Delete can go somewhere else here. Actually, this could just be regular. Okay, the rest looks like HKB basically, but I believe the client said that they wanted their WASD to be arrows instead. So we're gonna change that. We'll leave the HKB arrows actually still, just in case they want that. Or as in they want to try it out. It's not a bad idea. I'll get rid of the numpad keys though. Okay, cool. Reset? Do we really need to reset? Oh, what the heck? No, stop it. Okay. My phone acting up here. I don't know if you had work entailing interacting with people or not. No, not this week though. Not depends on the week, yeah. Sometimes I do have work entailing. Oh shoot, this cable's a little finicky if I pull it too hard. There. Only socializing with my clients and their tax returns. Oh, being an accountant sounds like pain, to be honest with you. Being an accountant sounds pretty rough. As in like the people part and just taxes in general. Can't say I'm a fan of it myself. I still don't fully understand it either, so it's something that I kind of dread doing every year. Profit on these nuts? Yum. How you doing, Mr. Heiny Bush? Congrats on full-time, dude. I don't think I said it on stream, but congrats. If you guys haven't heard, Mr. Heiny went full-time for keyboards, which is amazing because that means you'll see a lot more of them. A lot more Heiny Bush products, Heiny.cc products out there. Which is pretty sick. As well as PCBs and all that good stuff. Are you going to try to get an X60 V2? I don't know. I've been saving money these days just to kind of be a little more frugal. So we'll see. I don't know. I like how it looks. I like the concept and I like how it looks. I'm not sure if I'll go for it though. Yet. No, it's too early to say. What stabs are those? These are C3 equals E or C3 stabs. C3 stabs. Just wait for the announcement? Oh, more announcements? More? More announcements? V2 or V3? There Does it say on the bag? No, it doesn't say on the bag. It just says TKC C3 stabs red. So I assume V3 because it's probably recently purchased, so probably V3. They're purchased like within the past couple months. Oh, it has threads for the screws? Oh, okay, I guess it's V2 then. It has no threads. This is just regular plastic. So I guess it's V2. That might be an upcoming EPSI quiz question. Oh man, I honestly think that some of the EPSI quiz questions are so obscure. I like, especially when it comes to switches or random ass mods that are named after people that I barely know. Other than EPSI and Tempest, maybe. Like, I know them, but I don't know about this K mod thing, and there's like whatever mod. I'm like, dude, who cares? I don't do any of them. I don't know. I don't keep track because I don't do any of them. I've been doing fine without any of them. I've been doing fine. Why do I need to keep track of all these people that make things that, like, you know, it's like, I don't know, it's just my life gets too complicated. I don't need it. I'm good without it. I lightning mod all my boards. Gives me the biggest, hardest, thickest, strongest Thokarinos. Yeah, is it meta though? Is it part of the metaverse? Time to NFT my mods. Here's an NFT of Krytox 205 G0. You can feel free to do right click save picture as. Ogre's my favorite 60%? Oh, is it really? Do you use one or do you have one? Or do you think it's your favorite based on the look? JD mod and lightning mod for the best builds. Well, I will be honest though. Just because I don't do all these mods doesn't mean that my builds are perfect either. They're definitely flawed, or are going to be inherently flawed, because, well, stabs are not perfect unfortunately, and no matter, it's like, I think eventually it just gives way. I would imagine that like EPSI mod and like all these mods probably do solve to some extent the problem of longevity for stab modification and tuning. I personally don't like it because it's just extra work, and I feel like I can make up for the loss in like whatever the mod is supposed to do, like, you know, reducing rattle and that kind of stuff, pretty easily. So I feel like once I lube my stabs and do them right, if I were to have to re-lube my stabs, it doesn't take more than just grabbing the syringe and putting in a teeny bit more lube. Actually, I don't use it much. But even that is not as... I actually have not re-lubed the stabs on this since I built it, and I've used it a decent bit, so it's doing fine. It's been many months now. Imagine complaining on my stream and then continue complaining on your stream the next day. Yeah, this is the way it's done, Nepsy. You're not meta enough for Twitch. You have to complain everywhere. You have to make your presence known. If I complain on your stream, I have to be consistent and complain on my stream. It's just the way to do it. This is how I become known, famous. Just kidding. Not like I am anybody important anyway. It's character building. Yes, that's correct. Yeah. Is it normal for my Durox stabs lube with BDZ to rattle after some time. Yes, unfortunately. Eventually, so it's not like the lube just like hardens or anything like once you know, slab it on the wire or whatever, right? Even like even if you use BDZ, right? Eventually, once the, you know, you're gonna start typing on your board and pressing the keys that are supposed to be, you know, stabilized, right? The lube is gonna move somehow. It's gonna move though. So once it does, it can cause a gap. Like you can have a gap, and that'll be enough to cause some rattle eventually. The problem is you can't really predict how quickly that's going to happen or like how soon. It's almost like a probability thing. Like it might happen just by chance. It also probably depends on what the temperature of your room is like, or whether you carry the board upside down or something. You know, I don't know, right? I don't know. But it can happen kind of pretty much randomly and at any point. So yeah, the lube's going to displace. The lube is going to displace. That happens with 205 grade 0, happens with BDZ. It can happen with anything. And this is why like people are trying to come up with these modifications, right? Like the Epsi mod or the Holy mod or whatever, right? Because people are trying to be like, okay, well, like what if I actually put something that I can just leave there and it will, like, you know, close the gap between the wire and the plastic, and that'll be, you know, that'll solve my problems. That'll be ideal. Yeah, I don't know what the performance is for the other mods though, because I personally have only tried I've tried maybe like the Holy mod ones and the FC mod ones by myself. It was okay. I personally felt like it was a lot of work for something that I kind of felt like I got the same result with just lubing, and like I personally didn't feel the discomfort of having to re-lube, so that's why I've kind of stuck with the way I've been doing my stabs. I just re-lubed with minimal BDZ and the rattle's gone. Kind of screwed up my right shift, so it became a little mushy. I think I over-lubed it. I see. Yeah, yeah, I mean, lube is just a little finicky when it comes to stabs. It's just the way it goes, I think. But yeah, I mean, I personally think that at least with 205, if you get it right the first time when you first build it, the rattle doesn't come back that quickly, in my opinion. And there's boards that I've used quite a bit, and I haven't had to re-lube at all for months. And so that's been pretty nice. But that said, I can't tell you what it is exactly that makes it different. Kind of explains how I feel about most, if not all, modding besides just switch and stab lubing. Too much work? Yeah. I think it's just the return for whatever work is entailed in it. It's just a lot of work and very little return. I personally am. I can't be bothered by it. I'm actually kind of curious. I do want to eventually ask like some of my clients, older clients particularly, maybe. Like, hey, you know, it's been a year since I built the board for you or something. How's the board doing? Like, did you have to re-lube your stabs? I should send out a survey. You know, that would be kind of cool if I did that, but at the same time, I haven't really endeavored to gather that kind of data yet. But maybe I should have done it sooner. I should have sent out like maybe like a survey every 6 months or something. I don't know. Be like, hey, 6 months since you got your board, you know, do you enjoy it? Do you sell it? What do you do with it? Just trying to collect data for research purposes. Talked to Kikoichimonji a few weeks ago. Yeah. That's why Stabies and TXers are such welcome additions to the hobby. For sure. I mean, well, we haven't really done much to stabs in the past like 20 years, honestly, right? Like Zeal stabs or any clear stabs, or they're just clear, but as far as the stab design goes, it's much similar to whatever original Jerry stabs were like, you know. We haven't really, we are just reinventing the wheel, but we're not really making it that much better. But yeah, now with these new custom stabs, maybe we will actually improve some of the mechanism aspects to them. Stabs need some tuning every like 6 months in my experience. I just plug it up and that does the job. Yeah, so yeah, in my opinion, I think it's completely random. Like I have boards that have lasted a very long time, and I have boards like with the stab mod already done, and you know, as is for a long time, and some of them have lasted very, very short. And so I can't, when it comes to telling like someone who comes to me and says like, hey, can you like, you know, build a board for me and like, you know, do whatever you need to do, it's like I'm like, yeah, of course I can. And like if they were to ask me like, oh, so like how long do you think it's gonna last, I'm like, well, I'm not sure. Like the data kind of indicates that it's gonna be everywhere, like it's all over the map. Buenas, buenas, Omar Switch Club. Hello, ¿cómo estás? Just buy syringe and get some 205 and you'll be fine. So that's another thing why I actually like 205. If I have to do any relubing, it's way easier with 205 than with BDZ. I actually do not enjoy the idea of having to do that with BDZ. Actually, I have tried it because I initially built my thermal with BDZ on the wires, and it was fine for long enough. And then it started ticking, and I was like, wait, so I need to reapply BDZ on these stabs. It's a pain in the butt. So yeah, I much prefer using 205 for reapplication. So I therefore was like, you know what, I'm just gonna use 205. So what you're saying is you still have some BDZ? Oh, I have tons of BDZ. I have like 20 grams. I have like 20 grams of BDZ or something like that. I have one here, two. I have 1, 2, 3. I think I have some more in some drawer. But yeah, I have a bunch of BDZ in here. Yeah. The moment BDZ gets in between the plastic and plastic, it's over. Oh yeah, that's another thing too. Right? So let's say you don't lube your stab housing at all, like you're only doing the wire, or even if you did 205 in the plastic parts, like the housing for the stab, if the BDZ gets in those places just because you were finagling with the wire and it got in between this slider and this housing, game over. It gets super gummy. That's probably what Nine Walker's trying to say, and I've seen it happen. It sucks. It sucks. You basically have to reassemble the board with stabs that are redone. So that's another thing I didn't like about BDZ. It was that if you have to deal with the stab again at some point and the BDZ displaces to a part where it shouldn't be, it becomes really messy. Really, really messy. Zaid, are you a fan of Hyperglide Browns? I'm a fan of MX Browns in general. So if I mean, Hyperglide is just kind of like a marketing term for like smooth, like, you know, like smooth switches out of the box, but like because of supposed retooling or whatever. If it's smooth, that's good. I like if it's smooth. Like if the switch is smooth, that's it. Like that's all. That's it. I like the switch if it's smooth enough to be used. That's all that matters to me. I don't care about the terminology, whether you want to call it vintage or modern or contemporary or hyperglide or superglide or everglide or smooth AF or whatever you want to call it. I don't care, as long as the switch is actually smooth. That's all that matters. Yeah. So I actually have stopped using the distinction between vintage switches or blast switches, retool switches, whatever switches, just in general, because I dislike the idea that people are making the distinction to kind of denote that they're different, but the reality is there are switches in across all of those categories that can be just equally good. So I was like, you know, the distinction doesn't matter at this point. Like, it's just they're just all MX browns or MX blacks or whatever. Like, who cares if this is 1983 or 1986 or 1993 or 1997 or 2010? Like, I don't give a fuck. It's like, you're curious, cool, good for you. I'm not gonna tell you anyway because I don't care about like whether you have to know or not. Vijeisu, yo, buenas. ¿Cómo estás, compañero? Vijeisu, ¿te quedaste despierto tú por todas las horas del del Sabaton de Katana? ¿O nada más estuviste ahí unas cuantas horas y te fuiste o cómo? ¿Cómo estuvo lo del Sabaton? Me quedé hasta las 2 AM. Okay. Uy, toda la madrugada. Do you like vintage NOS retooled, hyper retooled glide blacks? Yes. All of them. Do you still have your salvation? I do. Teflon housing switch when? Huh. That would be interesting. You mean people wouldn't give a shit about Vin blacks if it wasn't assumed that they were smooth from heavy use? Yeah, I mean, imagine. I mean, but yeah, like I've had vintage. I've gone through the motions of all that, like the whole like, oh, let's distinguish the all vintage blacks, West Germany, whatever. You know, I also was like, hey, oh, you know, C code cherry board, you know, it's from back when it was still West Germany, whatever. Bought the keyboard on eBay or whatever, you know, secondhand seller. Obviously got the board here, and then I'm like, okay, keycaps, you know, pretty shined up, yellowed, all cool. And then of course I'm like, okay, let's see what the switches are like. You know those descriptions on RMK that people say like, oh, MX Browns feels like sand is in them. Dude. Literally felt like gravel in the switch. I was just like, dude, this is not gonna come off either. I tried. I was like, what if it's just, you know, what if it's just dust, dirt, whatever. Could just be something in the switch. Disassembled. Oh, actually, I don't have an ultrasonic cleaner myself, so I actually asked a friend, hey, look, can you like ultrasonic clean this for me, and you know, whatever. And he was like, yeah, sure. So I did that. Nah. Still felt like gravel. Still felt like scraping my knee on concrete. Just like that. It was painful. And I was like, man, see? This is why. They can be complete shit. And this was back, you know, like a few years ago. And I was convinced. I was like, you know, I got unlucky, but anyone can get unlucky. And so it's basically RNG. Even if you get a very well-used board. I mean, this board was clearly used a lot. You know, keycaps, super shined up. Didn't look like the keycaps had been taken off at all. Ever. Once, not even. You know, might have been clean at some point, but the switch itself was not good. And they're like, yeah, West German vintage blacks or whatever. 80s switches. You know? 30-year-old switches. 40-year-old switches, I guess. Yeah. 30-year-old dead skin inside the switches. Yeah, yikes. Ew. Gross. So nasty. Just cherry top some JWKs. Yeah, that works perfectly, right? Just realized that you tried different configuration for the salvation. How do you get the other plate options for salvation? So salvation is a tray mount, 60%. So you can use any 60%, any 60% plate available for any case. Any 60%, like, you know, any generic 60% tray case plate will work for the salvation. The only thing that you need to make sure is that your cutouts are okay with the PCB that you're using. You can use any PCB as well that has a left side USB port. And you can also use USB Mini and USB-C. So you can use an old GH60 PCB. You can use, you know, yeah. You can use any of those PCBs. You can of course use like the Wilbitech PCBs, right? If you want something nice and fancy and all that. An old ZL60 will work fine. The B-Face PCB from when keyless back in the day, those will work too. Any 60% generic 60% PCB will work. So Salvation is essentially like it basically takes the original like the normal tray case and, you know, gives it some unique features, but at the end of the day it is still a tray case that you can experiment with. So yeah. Yummy 30-year-old skin. Oh goodness. Ugh, just thinking about that. Ew. Make sure to not get a GK61 plate. Yeah, so GK61, for example, like those, the problem is the layout won't match your PCB. So you have to make sure that your layout, whatever the PCB has for layout compatibility, including the stabilizers, you should just double check that your plate matches that properly. So if your enter key has a south facing stabilizer, you should make sure that the plate has cutouts that will fit the south facing stabilizer, because if you have a north facing on that and you put a south facing stab on the PCB, the wire is gonna get stuck on the way up and you're gonna get an enter key that travels less, and you'll start hearing some extra sounds that you don't want. Just make sure, double check that your plate matches the PCB that you're using, because not all plates are cut for both, like for compatibility for both types. So I must have forgotten one maybe. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, it's okay. All good. I played a whole ass ranked Valo and you're still not done with stabs? Oh yeah, you missed the unboxing. Oh, that's true. So KD fan 60% plays compatible? Yeah, it should. It should. Yeah, just make sure that the PCB works for it though. But yes, 60% KBD fans plate will work as well. What do you get? Oh, I'm not gonna tell you. You're away. You exchanged valuable time for a game of Valorant, so it's okay. It's okay. I'm merely worth a game of Valorant. Merely. It's okay. It's okay. And then you come back and say, "Oh, I played a game of Valorant and you're still not done with stabs." SMH. Did you win though? Yeah. Are you winning, son? Did you actually win though? Hell yeah, I won. Okay, nice. Congrats. Also, I'm kind of taking it easy today because, well, I mean, I'm taking a break from having had a lot of stuff going on this week, so I'm kind of doing things pretty slowly today too. This is why we cannot have nice things. We certainly cannot have nice things. There's a lot of reasons why we cannot have nice things. Oh, I enjoyed building the Prophet so much. The Prophet's a fun keyboard. I like it. I mean, it's simple and just kind of works really well, so it's a very nice board. I like that it's a pretty affordable board too, as in, like, you know, goes for basically retail on Mac Market, I think. Sometimes even less. It's nice. It's a very accessible 60% that works really well, and it's pretty cheap as far as, like, you know, not having to pay extra in the aftermarket to get it. Of course, we'll hopefully start seeing more of that in general, but it's always nice to see. So wait, Epsi, is it like afternoon over there? What are you up to as you watch the stream? What do you do? Are you procrastinating at work? Oh, 5:45 p.m. last day of school. Oh, okay. So, nice. So last day of school means you get a bit of a break for a bit. A vacation, perhaps. Summer break. How long summer break over there? Six weeks? Oh, very nice. Planning on some trips. Oh, very nice. Sounds fun. I haven't traveled in so long. I'm a bit jealous. Today's actually been a little bit of a bad day for New York City. Cases are rising. So actually I should explain. So I mean, I live in New York City, and I told you guys earlier that I had some exams happening. So my exam for today was actually originally going to be an in-person exam. It got moved to remote. So I took an exam through Zoom. Because the positivity rate here in New York City has been spiking up pretty quickly. I think today it was like 4 times the positivity for, like, you know, positives of, like, compared to the relative average from earlier in the month. So yeah. So definitely things are gonna start getting slower again here, I think. I definitely think it's, I mean, people are saying that it's due to the travel during the holiday season, specifically during Thanksgiving. It's like just kind of spiking up now. Always happens after like a brief period like that. Omicron is ripping through my friends. Yeah. I definitely have heard that Omicron is also whether you have the booster or not doesn't really help, I think. I think there's new papers being published right now that are saying that Omicron is not quite as, like, you're not quite protected from Omicron even with the booster. You're protected from Delta though, which is the more potent version, more potent variant anyway of the virus. So maybe your symptoms won't be bad, but you can still catch it, for example. But yeah, spreading quite rapidly. And so, you know, stay safe out there, guys. Of course, vaccination is going to help you, right? It's going to protect you. It's going to revitalize the antibodies and your memory cells. Your good old B cells. So do make sure to get vaccinated and boost yourself, because it is going to protect you. Even if it's surmised that it's less effective, it's still going to protect you from pretty much other variants and just in general. So if you do have access to booster shots, get yours. Just get through it. Especially if you're planning to travel or anything like that, be careful. mask up, you know, things like that. There are 80 cases in the UK today. Holy moly. I have a friend that's been home for a week with COVID. Pretty sure it's Omicron. So that's the thing. The variant doesn't matter as much. So as far as... So the reason like epidemiologists will track the variants though, it's because, and like, you know, scientists, is because variants, you know, show us about, you know, tell us a story about the mutations that happen to the virus. And then, you know, people can target, you know, viral targets to treat or to prevent through vaccines. Prevention through vaccines, and then treatment through medication, right? But at the end of the day, it's still just a coronavirus variant specific to, you know, COVID-19. But yeah, the best thing you can do right now is just to, you know, practice the things that we have been practicing, like social distancing and masking up, and, you know, getting yourself tested and boosting up. Telling your friends and family to do the same. It's not very hard, but it takes discipline. My man T-Rex president announced the 4th dose already. Interesting. 4th dose. Puff MTD, thank you so much for gifting a tier 1 sub to Epsilon. Thank you. Leveling up, brother. Beep beep letters, hello. How are you? Now I don't need to watch those 17 ads Diego puts up. What a shill. Please. I don't even put manual ads on my channel. Rarely. Barely. Actually. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey Lightning, what is your secret to non-ticking stabs? Proper lube application, honestly. Ticking stabs will normally happen at the end of the wire, so just make sure you apply enough lube towards the end of the wire. Is pretty much my solution to it. That's really the trigger spot, like where it happens the most. And another thing is, you know, like if you of course don't want your wire to be loose. You don't want your wire to be loosely hanging, right? That's another thing, of course. Oh, look at that. But yeah, just about in general, you want to just apply enough lube towards the tip of the wire, so that even if it does move around a little bit, there is sufficient to cover that area and actually you know, prevent the ticking noise from happening. Knowing how to lube, yeah, it really boils down to just careful application of lube. Yeah. Doing well, my dude. How are you doing? I'm doing better today. I had a very busy week, but kind of finally feeling a little more free today because I, you know, took my last exam and for school, and I believe I officially, if all goes well, I officially complete my master's degree requirements. So I technically have now obtained my master's as of this semester, which is great. Can we call you Dr. Diego? No. You can't call me Dr. Diego. You cannot call me Dr. Diego. Wow, toxic. Toxic nachos. Just kidding. Thanks, you mother father viewer nerd. Are you one of those stay in school as long as possible types? No, not originally, no. But I did change my career path to be in school, yeah. I worked for a bit and then decided that I wanted to go for more school and came back for school. Initially, I actually started to work towards an MD PhD, but I decided to abandon the MD program because it wasn't for me. So a few years in, I did that, and then currently I'm just going for my PhD. Are you planning to get a PhD? Yes, I'm currently in the PhD program. That's right. What's your research about in Masters? I'm not going to be too detailed, but basically it's research on imaging. It's biomedical imaging research and development, research and development for different disease studies and medical things in general. How about Dr. D? That's actually funny. There was a doctor that I met a few years ago. Yeah, a couple of years ago now. He would call me Big D. So yeah. Every morning I would see him. He would be like, Big D. How you doing, my man? He was so funny, and he was such a good teacher too, so it was great. Shout out to that doctor for sure. I mean, you don't see such a good-spirited and good teachers and just like, you know, fun people in the profession as often, I would say. So I definitely appreciated it a lot. He knew you knew how to use the D. Non-denial is confirmation. Why would I deny that though? Like, what kind of individual would deny a compliment? Of course I know how to use yeah, that's right. My middle finger, my left middle finger, resting to the right of S and to the left of F. That's correct. A self-loading one? Okay. Fair enough, and also relatable. Fair enough. Sag. Smoj. a sample of Nathan saying Smoge? No, I'm not gonna copy. Didn't Patty do that? Doesn't Patty have a redeem that you can do Smoge? I can just do it myself. I can just be like Smoge. Okay, sounds good. Yo, you good? I'm doing fine. What do you mean? Tight here. Do those Ultra Glides seem any different than normal MX Blacks? They're pretty broken in, so they're pretty smooth. What's the other board on your desk? Exclamation keyboard. Oh wait, this one is a Prophet, and that one's an Ogre. Also, M7 MD Skywalker. Hello. Tight. But yeah, these these MX Blacks, I think they are supposed to be the broken in ones. I wrote it down here. Ultra Glide from rndkbd.com. So that's what I was sent, and they are pretty smooth. They're pretty smooth. Like even stock, they're pretty smooth. But I think lube, like they feel like butter. So they're definitely nice. I would say that stock MX Blacks just kind of have a little bit of variation, like variance, like from whatever batch you get, and so sometimes they are a little scratchier than usual. And so I guess having the broken in ones kind of gets rid of that variance, because you kind of make it, you're kind of putting them on the same foothold or same baseline once you do a lot of that. I want to get some of the broken in MX Blacks. Me too, but I also am too lazy to spend money to get these and whatnot. I think I've kind of realized that because I have some builds with MX Blacks that are relatively old now. They're like MX Blacks that I got back in like 2018 or 17, right? And I've been using these for years now, right? So, and I bought these new essentially, right? And they're not like the smoothest batch back then either. And nowadays they feel so nice because I've just been typing on the same ones for a while. And I just desolder them and then put them on a different board, desolder them, put them on a different board, and so on and so forth, right? I've been using the same MX Blacks that I got, a couple years ago, a few years ago, on different boards, like time and time again. So now I have pretty smooth switches, and they were not that smooth initially. I remember they were not that smooth initially. Like I lubed them and I was like, okay, a little bit of scratching is there, but it's fine. I can live with it. Yeah. Mr. Goopo, hello. Satch, if I don't get frog this month? Oh, are you planning on getting a frog? Did you go for the previous ones? Oh, can we see the back of the ogre? Sure. This is the back of the ogre. Congrats on finishing your exams. Thank you, thank you. And that's the top part, the back, I guess. That's the back actually. And this is the bottom over there. Dude, these Keys bundles are wild, are they? I actually have not checked the new ones. 340 for a devastating T-kill with everything included. By everything you mean, is it bundled with switches? And like stabs? And stuff, and keycaps maybe even. Yes, holy moly, that's actually a pretty good deal. I mean, holiday sales. So I tell everybody, if you're actually planning on purchasing for cheaper, purchasing during the holidays is actually a better time to shop. Like Christmas time is actually a better time to shop because everybody is selling in order to buy gifts and other things. So it's the worst time to sell. Right now, go on Mech Market. There's people who have been posting the same boards for pretty good prices over and over again because they won't sell. Because nobody wants to buy at this time because they're, trying to keep their money for gifts or, Christmas travel or whatever it is, New Year's. But if you're looking for a good deal, it's a great time to buy. It's a great time to buy. Terrible time to sell. I got an HKB Pro for 140. Yeah, that's a great deal. That's a great deal. I want to find out Unicorn for 500. Those deals didn't even happen when the R1 was happening. Yeah, that would be rare. Rare. It'll be like that'll be like better than a friend hooking it up, cause this gets me a little nervous now, so I'm just gonna put it back. I saw an Hybrid Type S going for 200. What? A Hybrid Type S for 200? Yo, that's actually a great deal. Oh, actually, I think Dennis was actually selling one for like 200 for a bit. Didn't realize the bundle of TKL is only the PC version. Oh, still a good deal though. Still a good deal for 340. That's a side profile. Alright, I guess better if you see the keycaps, I guess. So here. It's a side profile for the over. It's just a wedge. With the 75 is 325 for Alu. With the 75 version, you can choose between Alu and PC. Wow. Great deals. Yo, Sinvec, more months. Sub. Oh, Sinvec, 3 months. You can actually get a sticker if you would like to. Exclamation sticker in all lowercase should give you the form. And I can probably send it out sometime this week or next. If you're sub for 3 months, and then every 3 months thereafter, you can claim a sticker. For those who have been sub for longer and I haven't sent you anything, you can feel free to fill it out too. Can I get another sticker? Not until you hit your next benchmark. I don't know when that is. Let me see actually, how many months are you subbed right now? 7 months? 2 more months, buddy. Just trying to be fair to everybody. If you're right, maybe less people are going to try for Frog this month. I actually think so. I actually don't think that many people are going to go for it. The sales dip during the holidays is real. Ask anybody who actually manages a business. Ask them how they're doing for the holidays, as far as business goes. Specifically, not a store that sells holiday specific goods. So no gift shops, no like Christmas decor, that kind of stuff. No Christmas sales, like, you know, no Christmas or like New Year's sales stuff, you know, that has specifically stuff that like designated for the holidays. Those stores are going to be selling more because a lot of people are buying from them. But for regular retail, there's a big dip at the end of the year. Every year. Happens all the time. Why do people not spend during the holidays? Don't they need to buy gifts? But that's why. Because they will spend on other things. Because not everybody is spending on keyboards, I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Keyboards are still niche. Yeah. So it's easier to buy keyboards right now. But it's harder to sell keyboards too. If you're a seller. Yeah. So a lot of people go into debt during the holidays just to buy gifts. It's crazy. I don't get it. Going into debt for gifts? Come on. Gifts are a luxury. You should be giving gifts because you can afford to. I get it if it's for your kid or whatever, sure, but like even then it's just, you know, you should not be going into debt over gift giving. It's a nice gesture. It's great, but it's only gonna bite you back in the ass later on. Revolving debt sucks. I can say it from experience. Revolving debt sucks. Been there, done that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't go into debt over anything that's specifically related to consumption like that. Like, you don't have to. You don't have to go into debt for it. Turn on the money printer? I imagine that would be nice. Anyway, well, I'm saying, you know, I'm talking about revolving debt because in my case, like I had like bills, like, you know, personal, you know, stuff, family, other stuff, hospital, meds, you know, medicine. But yeah, we need the economy back up. Sell the water. Oh boy. Diego, help, I'm 50k in debt for your OnlyFans. How do I stop? Oh goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is gonna be nice. These MX Blacks are so smooth. I'm pretty excited for this actually. If it's free, it's communism. Oh no. I think this is charged now. Sad US hospital system? Oh yeah, I can tell you from experience, it sucks. It sucks. It's made to screw us all over, including the doctors themselves, by the way. It doesn't screw over just the people being treated. It also screws over the people who are working to treat you. It's absolutely hilarious. The only people winning are the people managing the hospitals, the people behind insurance, sometimes lawmakers. Oh, Cinda, hello. Hello. If you don't know who HTT Cinda is, HTT Cinda actually is the video editor for Alex, Patty, Shin Wong, and Apiary Keyboards. Sometimes lawmakers. I mean, well, you know, slash S. A little bit of sarcasm there. What a great place to live in, am I right? I mean, with all the bad things, there's also good things, though. Nacho. Like, there's a lot to be said about the hospital system for sure, and here things here and there. But despite that, I love where I am right now. I love my current place. I love New York City. I love the people around me, that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Legal weed, son. Yeah. Legal weed, then you're winning. Then you are winning. Oh, Sanda, you don't have to. Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Thank you, thank you. More sandwiches for everybody. Perhaps with nachos on the side and barbecue meat on the inside. Big PogChamp. One thing is that, for example, we can't get super specialized stuff in Canada due to cost compared to how many people need it. I see. Is it a wait, hold up. So, can't get super specialized stuff. So is it like a supply? Oh wait, due to cost only. I see. Oh, that sucks. Are you talking about medical specifically? Or do you also mean like in tech or like in other services that might be specialized are also restricted due to cost? Maybe because of import or labor that needs to be specialized as well. So it's cheaper just to send people to Washington or Boston for proton radiation therapy, for example. That makes sense. Well, yes. So I know this very well because, of course, I lived in Mexico as well. And when I was in Mexico, it is very common for people in Mexico to come up to like Texas, like Houston, because you know there's the big UT medical system there, right? So people will come up to Texas to get treated for, you know, cancer, whatever it is, right? I mean, for many reasons. Like it's not just because, you know, it's state of the art kind of. It's like state of the art, like, you know, medical treatments available and all that kind of stuff. But it's also because, you know, like medical tourism is kind of a thing, right? And like it simply makes more sense to, you know, take the extra step to get yourself somewhere else to get the treatment that you need. Even if it might be more effort in some regards. If I need major surgery, the government pays for it. Man, my country's wow. Rubbing it in, FC. I get it. Not to mention you also work for a public sector, right? Because you're in education. When they talk about the U.S. healthcare system, I remember the video of the guy running away from the ambulance. Oh, it's true though. Ambulances are super costly, by the way. Ask any college student if they have ever been taken by the ambulance because they maybe got too drunk or something. They'll tell you about how they got a mouthful from their parents or how much they had to pay because of the ambulance fee. Because insurance is not going to pay for that. For your fuck-ups. Imagine going to the doctor without a credit card in hand. Sorry, I was run over. I don't have my wallet on me. Oh no, that's so tragic. That is so very tragic. But the government will still pay for it. Oh, interesting. So even if you are sent to the US for therapy, the government will subsidize it or pay for it. That's pretty cool. That is very nice. That you can actually outsource the work and still have sponsored, essentially, payment through the government or otherwise. Every citizen has the right to it. Doesn't matter if you have a job or not. I see. Must be nice. That's what we say here. Theoretically, we should have the right to health care, whether we have a job or not. Right? Theoretically, we promise it. It's promised to everybody. But in real application, it doesn't quite pan out like that. It does not quite pan out like that. Sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Just don't get sick easy. How's the dollar stronger than the peso? Yeah. Parents went down to Mexico to get cheap medications as well. Okay, so that makes sense too. It's like when people go to Korea for like cosmetic surgery, or also for like LASIK, for example. A lot of people will go to Korea for like eye or like visual or dental work because it is cheaper to do that. So that there's that side of medical tourism where like services are just cheaper in some other places. So people from countries where the currency is stronger than that place are going to travel to do that, to get that service. That's pretty common as well. I heard you guys call free healthcare communism. Yeah, unfortunately some people do. Unfortunately there's a number of people who do call it all kinds of names, and it doesn't seem to bode well with them, which I find very ironic, because they also end up being the people who need it the most. But then they're asking for it and they don't get it, and then they're getting mad. But then when other people get it and not themselves, or like when it's not their turn just yet, they're complaining. They're the first ones to complain about it. So it just goes like that. People in Chile call trains what? Goodness. Anyway, I don't have any specific new news as far as group buys go. Last night, I believe GMK Villanelle finished. But today, I believe, today and tomorrow, I think, are the last 2 days for GMK Re-Legendables Plus on Space Cables, spaceholdings.net. So if you are debating getting a Hebe keycap or Re-Legendables in the beige, dolce, or like, dark gray or black colors, just don't forget to get those. Again, I'm gonna repeat that again. Re-Legendables Plus. Don't miss the boat if you were on the fence. I believe today or tomorrow is the last day. This week is the last week for it. So check those out while you can. I believe it's today, actually, the 17th. So just make sure to check the group buy page and purchase if you haven't, and if you were debating it. But anyhow, you can check out all the other sponsors for other news. I believe GMK Bread extras went up today on Keys. I don't think they're sold out because of the whole color matching debacle for GMK Bread, so I think those were still in stock. Keys, as you might already know, has rotating sales every week, where they add to their items that are on sale thanks to the holidays. So they're doing that. Let's see. Of course, feel free to check out CVV Planet. You can get 5% off if you use the affiliate link or use the promo code Lightning on checkout to get any custom plates that you might need. I believe fulfillment has been already done all the way through December, but not through the month of December itself, just through the beginning of December. But if you submit an order now, you should probably get your new plates in basically within a month. So custom plates through CVE Planet. I actually ordered a few plates for myself, so I'm hoping to get them sometime in January. Let's see, novel keys, of course, promo code BOLT for 5% off for in-stock items. You already knew that. And then there is, let's see, OmniType, Prime KB. You can check out their pages for any accessories or building tools you might need, storage, and so on. Currently, Salvin and Space Cables are running GMK Night Runner Round 2. So if you haven't checked out GMK Night Runner Round 2, both of them carry it. One of them in EU and the other in North America, respectively. So I think that's all the news I have. GMK Noctua? Yes. GMK Cornbread. GMK Cornbread. Do you see what happened to GMK Trash Friends? No, maybe it sounds you are making it sound like it got canceled. But let me check actually. I assume it probably got canceled. it appears it's currently no longer available, so it probably got canceled. Oh, it's not plugged in. GMK Trash Friends, GB. December can be a tough month for GBs, blah 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 blah. I suppose it got cancelled. Okay. Yeah, GMK Hunt also got cancelled, I believe. So. Anyway. Just going back up to see. Let's see. They go to Europe and say, I can travel anywhere in trains, how advanced. Oh yeah, people say that about Asia and Europe a lot. Oh my god, trains, wow! And then go back to their home country, there's trains and they're like, ugh! Yeah, I mean, happens all the time. 1.39% deduction from our pay to cover for the premium for work and non-work related injuries. But 1.39% for health related stuff is pretty worth it. Inhabit an expensive healthcare equals freedom. If you fell and break your leg, you don't have to pay. Oh, so nice. 80% top on your salary or wages if you don't have sick leave. Oh, wow. They'll also pay for your stay while you're there if you can't afford it. Oh, how helpful. Imagine a helpful government. I don't know. Never seen that before in my life. Never. And before Olive gets cancelled, so I believe I saw a nice comment on Keycap, which makes sense. It is that December tends to be a month for reruns, because reruns are obviously, first of all, you already know what it looks like. People are much more likely to purchase a rerun because they already know exactly what it looks like in person. They might have been waiting for it for a while. So reruns are pretty common during the holiday season, like, you know, December through February-ish. Tends to be pretty normal. Government there to help you? Oh goodness. Do a Hebe enter with JD on it? Oh my god. Oh my god. I went ham on Serica last year and now I realize it's been 1 year. Yeah. Oh, it's crazy though. Yeah, no, I also got Serica last year. And yeah, it's already been a year. Crazy. $99 basically with numpad must have a huge MOQ in the first place. True, that is possible. But also it could be that they're eating up some of the cost. I mean, eating up some of the cost. And instead purchasing it for in stock for later. Could be anything. You guys, we can speculate all we want about the price of Olive, but that said, you know, it's a pretty smart business strategy if I do say so myself, because it works. The psychology of people purchasing things under $100 is a real thing. Like the digits, close numbers, digits, all that kind of stuff is actually super interesting to look at when you're thinking about economics and like how people make decisions around that. The vinyl Gatoron is funny. It just looks like he's posted up. Yeah, you can stand up actually. Pretty cool. Alright, keyboard works. It's all good. Can't decide between dark and light. Ooh, that's a good one. I already have light, so I'm going for dark for sure. But yeah, ¿por qué no los dos? Also true. Why not both? Why not both? Alright. So let's assemble this bad boy. Can basically get both for the price of one extra. Very true. Very true. Can get both for much cheaper than when it goes out for extras. Buy one now, then buy one on extras? I guess so. I mean, time is money. There's a newbie in the New Zealand community was like, gonna buy olive because it's cheap. I was like, buy it if you like the color, don't buy it because it's cheap. Ah, yes. The sales psychology is also very interesting. Right? Black Friday. Oh, shoot. Oh my god, it's Black Friday. It's so cheap. I totally don't need it. I totally don't need a new coffee machine. I totally don't need a treadmill. I totally don't need this set of tools that I will never use. But it's on 80% discount. I should get it. Right? That's what gets you on like Black Friday and like similar. On like the big sales. It sure gets me all the time too, to be honest with you. I can't resist sometimes. I have to be honest. I say it as if I don't fall for it, but I do. I fall for it too. I fall for it as well. Okay, so for those who don't know about the profit though, yeah, every dollar saved, you know, it's actually money saved. So, come on, focus. All right. So if you can see here, these are what the Profit's designer, Mr. Wes Foxtrot from Cable Car Designs, calls the pins. So this is called pin mount because the plate basically sits on these pins. Well, not on actually. There's holes on the plate, which allow these pins to go through, and they're held. And so the plate pretty much just sits right on the edge of the case, of the bottom case. There's a pretty thin, very thin bottom case. The plate just sits right there. And that's it. The top just goes over it, but it does not press on top of the plate. The plate actually, I mean, the top piece actually has a little bit of space here. So even if it goes all the way down, it won't be pressing on the plate. It won't be applying pressure on the plate. The plate just sits there nicely, nice and snug, but without pressure. Very smart, in my opinion. I think it's very intuitive way of doing it, and I also think that it's very nice, very ingenious. So that's how pin mount works. So yeah, pin mount. So I just place the plate right on top here, and then just make sure that the pins go through the plate. So there it is. Now without the compression, any issues with rattling? No, not really. I think the tolerances are tight enough that it's not, you won't really notice rattling like that. Yeah. I mean, also, let's be realistic. Are you actually grabbing your board and shaking it? Make sense? No, probably not. Especially not up and down. So yeah. Yes? Oh, okay. Okay. You do you, guys. I'm not judging. I actually sold my R1 olive, so I'm pretty stupid. Oh. It's okay. Wait, no, you're not stupid. You can buy a new one now. For cheap. Although you have to wait for a while. But I bought a mattress during Black Friday. Nice. Mattress though, totally worth the expenditure if it's a nice one. Mattresses, chairs, desks, things like that, like hardware and like furniture that kind of you use all the time, totally worth it. Have you seen the Dollars video? Yeah, really high quality production for the Dollars video, really nice. Simon begs to differ. How else would you get your seasoning out? Wow, okay. So when I forget my maracas at work, so let's take a close look. Look at this. Look at the pin went through and it's so flush. It's completely flush. Actually, that's just residue from the plastic. It's completely flush. Look at this. It's so impressive. This pin mount thing. Look at that. bit of fraying from plastic, but look, the pin is perfectly flush with the plate right there. So nice. So nice. A little bit of fraying, just plastic things. But yeah, that's how pin mount works. So Diego, did you disable doing the thing for key set? Yeah, I did that on purpose because I already have a key set that a client sent. So anyway, and then look, the you see how these grooves right here just fit perfectly around these pillars, just, you know, nice and smooth. Boom. And then you can just flip it over. Yeah, put the screws on. I'm against the top and bottom of the case when typing. Oh no, especially when typing. No, not at all. No, I haven't noticed rattling when typing. No. I think the tolerances are like tight enough, and also just like there's really not much space, if at all. I don't even think there is space. It's just to the point where like it lays flat on top of the plate, but does not press on it. Like it does not go any further than that. Alright, and we're done. Boom. But yeah, I'm gonna shake it if you want. Don't really hear, I mean, like, aside from this part of the plate being kind of flexible, don't really hear anything rattling or anything like that. So, pretty nice. Alright, so the key set we have for today is brand new. Is GMK Rouge. GMK Rouge. And I actually have never seen this key set in person. What do you mean? I hear bells. I hear maracas. My brother. You need to tone it down for them sandwiches, buddy. You might just be hallucinating a few things here. Auditory hallucinations. Do you like the Type 65? Yeah, I liked it when I had it for the prototype build. It was pretty nice. It's pretty enjoyable to use. Do you get one on the group buy? They already ran the group buy, if I recall correctly. Oh, I see. Some keycaps here. Looks like my 7U is here. When is the hero build? It's going to be next week. Sometime early next week. I'll announce the specific time and all that later on. But yeah. Okay. So looks like I'm gonna need this anyway. So let's open this guy up too. Monday? Maybe, yeah. Maybe Monday. Yeah, I'll have to see. Coordinating a few things, but yeah. It's either Monday or Tuesday. Let's see. Monday is. So let's see. What day is it? Monday. Monday's the 20th, right? So yeah. Monday or Tuesday, probably. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay. Do we want to use these novelty sort of keys here? There's like a few novelty keys here. I actually don't know what GMK Rouge is like, so let's just get these first. Alright, so there's some of these novelty keys here. And let's take a look at the actual key set. This is a very interestingly colored set. I can't say personally, this is not the colorway for me. I'm actually not sure what's going on. It's like the colors are so subtle and hard to distinguish, but this is what the set looks like up close. It's like a sort of like a very like grayish blue sort of tone on the base color, and the legends are sort of like a sort of magenta. And then there's these accent keys here that appear to be sort of purplish. I don't understand this either. It looks like, yeah, it's like some sort of gradient. But yeah, well, whatever. Is that the set with the heart that isn't aligned with the rest of the symbols? Yeah. So look at this. Yeah, it definitely lacks quite a bit of contrast, but I mean, it's still visible to the eye. It definitely just kind of lacks some contrast though. What are the red stabs? The red stabs are C3 stabs. I believe we established earlier that it's a that these are C3 V2 stabs. So let's go with the normal keys. I'm not sure I like the gradient here. It looks really odd to me. Is there any accents in this set? Oh, that's it for the base kit? Oh, it's a no numpad base kit. I see. That's probably why then. Just came in with 2 trays like this. Cringe kitting. Yeah, kind of I can't say I'm personally a big fan of kitting with no numpad myself. I understand it for people who are like, oh, I save money from not paying for numpad though. But I don't really sympathize with you that much. I would rather still just get the numpad anyway. Not have to worry about it later on. So it is a little bright on my camera here, so let me lower the... Wait, that's too much. Hold up. We want scoops or bars? Oh shoot, I mistakenly put the wrong letter. Let's go with bars today. I hate these little GMK tray leftover dust. Split shift. How good is the corn? You mean like the unicorn? It's a very nice board. Very nice board. I really like the unicorn. Well, would I pay aftermarket pricing for it? I personally am not inclined to pay any bit for the aftermarket pricing stuff. So Chicago one. So I have something to show you guys in a bit. So I finally caved to destroy the environment, essentially. And what I mean by that is something else. I'll show you just in a second. Let me finish this. Does the corn feel like 2K? Does it sound like 2K though? I can show it to you in 4K video. Okay, well, I'm no comments. It's okay. Don't have to say anything after that. All right. Yeah, but no board is really like worth that much money, to be frank with you. Okay, so this is what I did. So I'm gonna get a I still need to get a label maker, but I have purchased a lot of plastic bins. With clasps to organize my stuff. So I decided to go with the bins because these I managed to find these for pretty cheap at a like one of those like fire sales or whatever, where like it was like whatever they have left over for office stock, and so I got them for pretty cheap, maybe like less than a couple bucks each. So yeah, join the Tupperware club. Yep. Yeah, they're very similar to the Container Store ones. I have not seen the Container Store ones in person, but I looked at the dimensions. They're closed. I mean, they should fit a 7U spacebar. So like, I mean, like this should fit. So this fits a 7U spacebar just fine. So that's the longest key that you have in a key set normally. So yeah, it's perfectly fine. Those are taller than Container Store ones. I see. Anyway. Give or take, it works the same. So yeah, I got all these. So whenever I borrow / get a label maker, I'll organize my key sets and stuff that come in new trays. Why do I have rando child kits? Oh, because I haven't unboxed those yet. I was planning on unpacking those after I get the label maker, so I don't misplace things. That's why. Yeah. All right, so let's pick our artisanal keycap for today. Let's see. What would fit this nicely? What do you guys think? This kind of goes nicely. This is kind of bluish, kind of goes okay. TRM Keycap. If you want an accent, we can go for something lighter. We could have an accent like that too. One of those beluga caps. This is straight up purple, a little brighter though. A stream for organizing keycaps? Oh, like Nathan's that took like bajillion hours to organize his switches, I remember. B6 on the left. B 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay, so this one was this one, I believe. This one? Nice little accent key. You can try that. That's C? Oh, B. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, the Zorb Golem. The Golem. The Golem. This would go well, yeah. This could be a nice accent too. Zorb Golem V1. Or is it V2? I should forget. Oh, well, that actually looks nice. I'll go with that. Let's go with that. That does look nice. Kiwi. Kiwi could work too, actually. Yeah, Kiwi also works here. A little brighter, but it actually... Oh, I should realize I put the 2 and the 3 swapped. Yes. Okay, great. Where's my Keycap puller? All right. Okay. So unlike different streams, today I actually only have this leather mat, so you'll be hearing more of my desk today, because I don't have desk mats underneath today. I only have just this thin leather mat, which is maybe 2 millimeters thick. I actually don't know how thick this is. Yeah, I think this is like 2 millimeters thick. Wait, no. Yeah, no, 2 millimeter thick mat. So, laundry day for desk mat? No, I just want to show it off. I just want to show off the new AE board mat because it looks kind of nice. I like the leather, so yeah. So yeah, this leather mat is the AE boards keyboard treehouse leather desk mat. You can find it on keyboardtreehouse.com. How do I like it compared to standard desk mats? So one quick comment about it is, for mouse gliding, it's definitely rougher. Also, it probably doesn't help that I'm using this MX Master, which is heavier, and also my rubber pads here are kind of worn out now. So I probably need to replace these pads as well. But just in general though, like it is leather after all. So there definitely is a bit of texture to it. So, you know, like gliding wise, it's not gonna be that good. So for productivity, it's fine, but if you're gonna use it for gaming, I would probably just use a regular desk mat, actually, rather than this. But for work, yeah, like an office one, this would actually be nice. It does look nice though. Like I like the leather. Like I like the texture of the leather. It doesn't really. Oh, when it came, it actually smelled a little bit of leather, but it went away pretty quickly. The smell, like the odor, like the smell of leather. When it was first rolled up, and I rolled it out, and I was like, oh, like it smells like leather. But yeah, that was gone pretty fast. So, but I like it so far. So far, so good. I do like the look of it though. So, yeah, this could be a nice office one. I actually think I might take this to the office. I actually do like this a lot, and I think I might take it to the office. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Let's see. Okay. one Huey away. And then, all right, let's give it a shot. Let's give this a shot. I actually am waiting for some extension cables for this because this particular IEM is actually kind of short on the cables. So it's bothering me a little bit how short it is. Anyhow, all right, let's give this a shot. So today we have MX Blacks on a polypropylene plate on this Prophet. We have 205 grade 0 on for lube, Deskeys films, and these are just this is GMK Rouge, relatively new GMK set that just shipped. Or actually, it might have shipped not too long ago, but yeah. Anyway, let's give this a shot. MX Blacks on polypropylene. There it is. Gonna do it one more time. I actually wanted to take out my IEMs this time and do it. So, and then after this, and then I'll do modifiers and all that kind of stuff. So one more time. Do you get custom cables or just buy them somewhere else? I normally get custom cables, yeah. I do have some Lindy's though, which are just, you can get them off the shelf from like Amazon and like Taobao. Crispier than the KFC bucket. It sounds really nice. I actually am really liking the feeling of the polypropylene and the 65 gram TX springs on this. It actually feels nice. It's kind of like a little. The 65 has enough like of a bit of a return to it, and the Cherry MX Blacks are actually so smooth that they're complementing each other really nicely. Also, one thing is, first of all, like there's fewer desk mats on my desk right now, and I can definitely notice it on the sound, but it's pretty nice sounding. Like it doesn't sound like it's echoing or anything in particular. Doesn't sound like too roomy or like excessively like hollow or anything like that. Personally, from at least from my hearing distance, it sounds pretty good. Ultra guys, worth the premium? If you're very particular about it, maybe yes. But I personally would say no for myself, because I am personally fairly dull to those differences. Like, I think I would get over it pretty quickly. Like, even if I had a slightly scratchier switch, I personally... Because the thing is, after you lube the switch, the difference is very little. Before lubing, the difference is more pronounced. But after lubing, yeah, especially if you lube with any thicker lubes, it's like those differences really go away. Like you're closing in the gap a ton. So I would say, like, if you're very sensitive to those particular things, then maybe, yeah. Would I? Probably not. No, not for me, I think. All right, so here are some of the modifiers and the rest of the keys. Hello, am I back yet? Hold on. Hello, hello. All right. Live chat indeed. And we back. All right. All right, all right, all right. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Sorry about that. So for those who don't know what's going on, I'm having some problems with my PC where it kind of just randomly restarts. I think the problem is with the PSU. I've tried everything I could, and I actually requested an RMA through the OEM, which is Corsair. So I'm hopefully getting a new PSU in the mail very soon. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. Also, I think hold on, give me 1 sec. I need to adjust something about the mic here, because every time it restarts like this, something about the mic gets borked. Okay, all right. I think you should be able to hear me now. Okay. Isn't it a bit late? Yeah, it's fine though. I've been on a different schedule lately, so it's okay. All right, so apologize for that. We were doing the mods for this, right? So let's get back right on track. All right, here are the mods and the rest of the keys, and thank you so much for the hydrate. All right. Ooh. Whoopsie, press something. And there it is. My Angel 65 is supposed to ship soon. Oh, cool. Those are shipping? Oh, I guess it's been a while now, huh? Nice. Is it 65% profit? Yeah, I know. I remember. Oh, nice. Very cool. Didn't know those were shipping soon. All right, so to make up for it, I'll do one more. I'll do a typing test again. I know that some people might have felt like things were interrupted in between, so I'll just do it again. Probably that should probably help. So yeah, let me try it again. All right, we go. So we have MX Blacks on polypropylene full plate on this Prophet. Oh, sorry. And there it is. Alright, so let me see what I missed in chat here earlier. Was it on purpose to light up your logo on the artisan display? No, it wasn't on purpose. It just happens to reflect the light from here. Not true. Yeah, that was random. And yep, so that's what it sounds like. If you want to compare it to this one, so this one here, I have a full alu plate on an Ogre. It's going to sound a bit different, but for example, this sounds like this. That sounds like that. Kind of a more roomy sound, I think, and also the clackier sound from the aluminum is much more prominent here. Is Ogre your favorite 60%? I don't think so. It's nice, but I don't think it's my favorite 60%. But it does sound very nice. What I do like about the Ogre is how clean it is. It's like really low at the front, really low USB port. I think that those are really nice features. I mean, it's like a very classic look for the Ogre. But yeah, I think the main thing I do like about the Ogre is kind of this particular sound from the alu plate. And what I do like, yeah, it's just like it's low at the front, like it's just like very sleek board here, and the gray on this particular one is gorgeous. So I really like that. But I want to say it's my favorite 60. I mean, I actually think if I want to balance your feeling, the Unicorn is much balancier than this, for example, or like even like the Keycaps 160, for example, that I've built before with a half polycarb plate. That one's also pretty nice, very soft and very nice feeling. But then again, for example, like on the 160, the Keycaps 160, it has a higher typing angle, it's higher in the front. It also just like the bezels are different, right? Like there's a lot of things that are different about that board too. So I think I like different boards for different reasons. But in the case of the Ogre, I like how clean it is, the low angle, the low like this like easy kind of like nice and very slim look to it. It's like there are a few of the things I do like about this board. But yeah, I do also like, I do have a black Tofu, i.e. the 356 Mini V1 in black, and I do like that, but also for different reasons. That one has a much more compact sort of construction, where like the keys kind of are like more tightly like put together, and also just kind of like the sound is a very prominent kind of clack sound, like clacky kind of sound that comes from it. But also it might have to do with the palm keycaps that I have on it. Like there's many different reasons why that might be the case, and so I like that for different reasons too. But for example, like the anodizing on that one is like hard anodizing. It's like kind of like very matte, like kind of like almost like a little chalky almost. But yeah, it's like a very completely different kind of look and feel to it, and it's also heavier for that matter. Seems like MX Blacks and Alu is all anyone builds these days. Well, it's like MX Blacks and aluminum is kind of like it's like the cookie cutter formula, right? It's because first of all, people like MX Blacks, and aluminum plate is like right in the middle, right? So that's what it's like. It's like people's go-to because that's like kind of like just tried and true. That's basically what it is. It's like the tried and true, and also people try other things and they're like, well, you know what? Like I actually think I like that one better, and in that case, ends up being MX Blacks and aluminum. So I think a lot of people will build MX Blacks and aluminum. I think you'll just see it a lot because it's just been historically, it's just been what people have been building like custom keyboards with, and what people seem to be enjoying pretty much across the board, no pun intended. Yeah. I love the K. Yeah, so the K is also very unique. The K also has a very bouncy sort of feeling thanks to the O-ring, and also you can change it because you can change the stiffness of the O-ring, so that will also change how the K feels, the plate choice as well. But for example, the K in the case of the K, like I can achieve like a sort of this like muter sort of sound, but might also have to do with the switches. I'm using like Gateron Milky switches over there, like Gateron Giant switches, I think, which kind of have a completely different switch sound profile. And so I do think it obviously depends on so many different factors, whether it's a half plate or full plate, the material, the switch type, you know, and of course the construction of the case itself. But I do feel like there's so many keyboards that you can appreciate a lot for like various reasons. I don't like the idea of comparing them next to each other and saying, oh, this is best and this is better and this is good. I personally don't really feel like those comparisons are fair. Those comparisons would only be fair if I built every single keyboard with the same switch, same plate type, same plate material, same lube, you know, same films, same springs, and then put it on the same desk and conditions and mic setup, and then I would be like, okay, you know, let's check them out. So I personally am a little bit averse to comparisons for keyboards because it tends to not be an A to B kind of comparison where it's fair and like actually equivalent. It's close, but not quite the same. So yeah. This hobby super schizo. Hate MX Browns. Love MX Browns. Love Thog. Hate Thog, etc. Well, I think it's just it's because you're hearing opinions for many people. It's just blending in as if like you're thinking you're taking opinions. You're taking many samples and thinking it's part of the same like whole thing. It's not. But it's like everyone has their own preference for these things. Or they might just misinterpret something, like, you know, like the idea of MX Browns being bad, you know, stems from the idea of stock MX Browns, which have a pretty bad spring. Like the spring kind of sounds terrible, and there's like leaf noise, and then you know, the stabs are not lubed normally, and yeah, like stock modern MX Brown switches tend to be pretty, you know, like tend to feel pretty bad, like, you know, like in the way they come. Just like straight up stock like that. So yeah, it just varies a lot. And then like you lube MX Browns, it's a completely different experience. You change the plate, maybe use a PZ half plate, whatever it is, and you'll have a different experience there too. How can I make the K less stiff? You can change. Yes, you can. The answers are there. You can change the O-ring for a softer one, essentially. You can also use a half plate. Will basically make the alpha section easier to type on because you're basically have less resistance, you know, like fewer things to go against or tapping against. So it'll make it feel a little softer, kind of like it feels a little bouncier and a little bit more, has more gift to it. So that's another reason to go for a half plate. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of the gist of it, though. You guys get it, I imagine. Yeah. Let me hold up. Okay, so let me go over some of your questions, guys. It is all preference. Will you recommend this for 60% keyboard? Oh, you mean the Profit? Absolutely. I think for 60% the Profit is very underrated. It is currently being sold in the aftermarket at basically retail price or even lower in some cases. I personally highly recommend the Profit. Very nice, 60% sleek looking, because if I'm gonna show it off a little bit now. So if you look at the Profit up close, right? The Profit is very light. First of all, it would be a very, very good travel board for sure. I do agree with that entirely. So here, look, here's a close up here. So very thin bezels here. Very nice and thin bezels on the Profit. You can see the plate, of course, coming through right there. And then, you know, the sides are very simple. There's a nice little chamfer here all around the top. Left side USB, so if you have maybe a different kind of PCB, that probably works as well for the left side. But yeah, it's very nice and light. And, you know, seamless construction. You know, you can't see a seam on the sides, at the bottom. You know. But yeah, overall, like a light keyboard. Sounds pretty nice. Feels pretty good. I personally would recommend it, and also price-wise, like even in the aftermarket, it's pretty accessible, I think. What do you think is a good board for testing the different sounds of switches or characteristics in the keyboard that I should be looking for? So how does it feel compared to Salvation? Oh, so Salvation is very different. Salvation, first of all, has those leaf spring sort of thingies, like the little planks that basically shift down when you press, because they have there's like leverage there. So Salvation feels very bouncy and very flexible when you type on it. Kind of similar to the Unicorn in that sense, but probably different because the support is different. Like the Unicorn has the support around, whereas the Salvation is all located across the entire board, where it's holding the PCB in place. Well, Salvation, you can build a plateless as well. That's something that's kind of cool about it. But yeah, different for sure. I also don't have a Salvation built with linears, for example, so I can't tell you that. Let's see. What do you think is a good board for testing different sound switches or characteristics in the keyboard I should be looking for? I think a good starting point for comparison is just to get a hot swap keyboard maybe, and try different switches. And then, but I think a good base would be like a hot swap keyboard that you can switch plates for as well. So you can switch both the plate and the switches, and you should do so individually. So if you switch linears for tactiles, or maybe one linear from the other linear, different lube maybe you tried, different spring weight, I don't know, and then you did that all on only an aluminum plate, and then you were like, okay, I want something softer, so you go polycarb or palm, like a plastic plate that's softer, and you would say, okay, I tried this, I liked it, I didn't. Go with brass or steel or something, you know. I think building your reference, like a frame of reference for yourself, is probably the more important thing to do than to seek something that other people are telling you what to look out for. Because if you don't know what you like for yourself, you will listen to all these people's feedback, opinions, and you'll follow it, but you might end. There's always a chance that you'll just end up not liking it at all. But that's why, like, you should establish your own opinions first. Like you should figure out some things for yourself on your own. And to do so, I think it takes a little bit of experimentation. Yeah, unfortunately, you have to spend some money, or maybe attend a meetup. Ask some friends around you or people around you who might be into keyboards. Who you can ask them like, hey, can I try out your keyboard for a little bit? That kind of stuff. I did a lot of that at the beginning. In my first year in keyboards, I first started with Topre, but when I went into MX, I tried every MX switch. I tried MX greens, blues, browns, black, red. I tried Gateron switches, I tried Zeal switches, I tried clears, MX clears, and like Ergo clears, and then like Zeal V1s, and then the Holy Pandas came out, I tried Holy Pandas. The box switches came out, I tried box switch. I tried them stock, I tried them lube. I went to meetups to try different things that people have tried. people have done Jailhouse MX Blues. I tried those too. You know, so basically it was a way for me to find out what things are out there and just to give it a shot, like regardless of what I might end up thinking at the end of the day. But yeah, figuring that out I think is more important if you want to like hone down on what your tastes are actually like. There's so many switches now though, so I personally think I would say just, you know, if you're wondering whether you should get it, just get it. Just get it, try it out. Don't need to buy everything though. Don't need to buy one of everything. You don't have to do that. You definitely don't have to do that. There's a lot of similar switches too now. Vein blacks or just normal blacks? Doesn't matter. I guess these are just regular, I guess. These are supposedly these are broken in. They call them Ultra Glide, but basically they're like broken in by machine. We talked 360%, HKB, OTD 356 mini probably, and I can't name the Juby because the Juby is technically a 60 XT. I personally really like the Juby though. Okay, no. The Keycaps Happy is actually kind of meh. It looks good, but it's meh. Unicorn is nice too, but I'm not sure what my third one would be. My third one is a contentious place. The Thermal is up there, Unicorn's up there for me, Profit's really nice. There's a lot of nice 60s. Keycap 160 is really nice. Yeah, there's a lot of good 60s though. There's a lot of good 60s. Salvation was really nice when I tried. Like, you know, there's a lot of good stuff. Wolver was nice. Yeah, no, tough to pick. Polaris was nice. Yeah, I actually had a Polaris with a half pump plate build. Oh, with MX Blacks, and it was also really, really nice. Although I sold it because I needed to sell it. But honestly, there's so much. What's a good switch for Type 65 carbon fiber plate? Maybe try. Why don't you try some MX Browns maybe, or something like that. Pewters, MX Browns, maybe some tactile switches to change it up a little. Give it a try maybe. I don't know, just a suggestion since you are asking me what switches. I'll actually tell you an answer and say MX Browns or Pewters maybe. Give it a shot. Instead of telling you, oh, try anything, it's preference, I'll actually tell you one. Yeah, try MX Browns or Pewters, lubed. Lubed and filmed or something. Maybe Pewters don't need film, I'm actually not sure. But yeah, maybe try those. Some light tactiles. Carbon fiber is very nice to it accentuates sound in an interesting way, and they can be very fun to type on carbon fiber plates. If I recall, you built the Salvation with Pewters. How are those switches versus MX Browns? Tactility wise, they're very similar. I think Pewters might be yeah, they're like very similar in tactility. And they're smoother because JWK molds are very smooth. Very, very smooth. Meetups are so good for trying new things. I agree. Never would have gone to Toprify, never went to one. Oh, nice. JWK, yeah, so many companies. Sorry, just going through chat now. Polaris is nice. Will Hero be less stiff than K? Don't know the answer to that. Sorry. Don't know the answer to that until I try. Yeah. Also depends on what plate, all that kind of stuff. You can't. Yeah, it's hard to gauge that kind of stuff. Like if I told you like, oh, like, yeah, I don't know. No, I'm not sure actually. There's no way to tell. Also, my K, for example, doesn't have like a full polycarb plate like the regular Hero kits, I think, do. Which is gonna make it different too. And then there's the O-ring thing, the stiffness of that. Yeah, there's a lot of factors. Typing on my K for a long time hurts my fingers. Oh, interesting. Maybe for you it's not soft enough. I don't know. Maybe you need lighter springs too, though. Have you tried lighter springs on your switches? Because that can make a difference. Sometimes, even if you use those, what is that? The two-stage springs, symmetric springs, like the long ones. Those have a very sharp return because you're compressing it a lot, and then on the return it tries to make up for all that compression distance. So those symmetric springs will compress a lot. Even if it's rated at 63 gram bottom out, the return feels very heavy. So those can tire you out too if you're feeling that return on the springs. So switching springs will probably help a ton. Actually, that's probably the first step I'll take. First step I'll take if you're feeling like your switches are too heavy is to switch the springs first before anything else. Also, push-ups, okay, I'll do them. I haven't tried K. I do hear that it is very stiff, especially for O-ring gasket. I personally don't think so. Well, that said, I also have a half plate, and I personally don't think. Yeah, I don't really think the K was stiff. TBH. 8 Pebble, hello! Long time no see indeed, how are you? 72 gram is pretty heavy for me. I remember I tried 72 gram. Was it 3 years ago? 4 years ago I was using 72 gram for fun. And I ended up not using them anymore because 72 gram for a full work day was actually pretty heavy for me. So I don't use anything above 68 gram now, pretty much. 68 grams is my upper limit for most things. For personal use and for extended use, like all day. Stiff for me is top mount. Yeah, everyone has different experience with that. H1 stock springs. H1 is like 78 gram or something like that. It's similar to MX Black. Because they're supposed to replicate those, I think. Pretty heavy. Also remember, keyboards will also feel different based on the form factor. Form factor also changes a ton of things. Like longer keyboards, like, I mean, imagine, right? You have a TKL, right? You know, TKL like extends maybe up to this place, right? Right. And then let's say both keyboards are top mount. It's very different having a 6 top mount position like here, you know, maybe like down the middle and down here, maybe let's say six positions here on a 60%, versus a TKL that has 7 mounting positions, 4 at the top, but they're distributed over this whole length, right? Very different, right? Because you have stiff points there, but it gets distributed over that entire area. So the form factor also will change how that will feel. You might say, oh, all top mounts should feel the same, but they are not the same. Yeah, you need to kind of, like, there's so many factors. That's why I always say, like, you know, just gotta try it. And then once you kind of get an idea for it, now then, like, next time you make a purchase or you know, go over a keyboard, you can make those new decisions based on that information that you learned. Yeah. I've always wondered if you could like isolate different areas of a TKL. Doesn't the Matrix IM Plus try to do that? The new one that has like the split portions maybe tries to do that. I don't know. I haven't tried one, but I mean that seemed to be the concept of it. Oh shoot, this is disconnected. Old NK cream springs feel really nice. They're listed at 70 gram. They don't feel like it. Maybe the old NK creams were rated at 70, but the actual weight was slightly off, probably. Like, because weighting also is an experimental result. Like, they have to weight several times. I'm so sorry about that. They weight several times, and it's the average of that they supposedly rated for, but it's not going to be accurate every single time you manufacture a spring. So that might make a difference there. Alright, I'm gonna do these push-ups real quick. And yeah. Whew. Alright. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay. So, any other questions? I mean, I'm actually I'm kind of feeling free today to do stuff, so, because I had a lot of stuff due today essentially, and I kind of just finished. So I can answer any questions or anything today a little bit longer than usual. I'm not in a rush to go. Oh, the new IMs, I didn't list them. Oh, so, but these are the Enigmatic ER2SE. ER2SE Enigmatic. You already unboxed the surprise. I did. You can go back on the VOD to take a look, but I can also, I guess I'll just do a quick peek at it again because it looks so good. Have you tried any Space Invaders? Yes, I have. Thoughts versus Alps. Really good Space Invaders are pretty nice. They're really smooth. Versus Alps though, they're different. They're different switches. I personally really like Alps for their tactiles and clicky stuff. But really good Space Invaders, they're super nice. It's too bad that Space Invaders, of course, are kind of like the compatibility for it is limited to the boards themselves, but really good ones are A+. I don't have any myself. I only tried them at a meetup and stuff, and I had the opportunity to buy a couple of Space Invader boards, but I never did. But I love them. I think they're pretty unique and cool switches. No, we gotta make Nacho suffer? Is he even still here? I haven't seen him chat for a while. I think he might be gone actually. Alright, so here's the surprise that I got in the mail. Well, the surprise that I was gonna show people. I'm here? Oh, okay. I guess you'll get to see it then. Got an Alps wait, do you have any kind of DAC or amp? Yes, I do. I have a, for DAC, I have a Lure 2. I mean, a Bifrost, my bad. I have a Bifrost, the first version, sheet Bifrost. And for my amp, I have a Lure 2. And I also have a, for my interface, I currently have the RME Babyface Pro. Oh, Keycaps, thank you so much for 2 months. Thank you. Anyway, Apebble, I got an Alps compatible PCB and really want to use some Alps in it. No idea where to get them or where to even start. So for Alps, you have 2 options basically. Number 1 option is to get loose switches from somebody in the secondhand market. Number 2 option is to harvest your switches yourself from a vintage Alps keyboard. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. There's no like, I mean, I think there's a few, like if you look online, there's like a few vendors, but I do think they price them pretty high. They essentially are just like resellers of whatever they harvested before, so they might be a little pricey. You can do that for convenience though. Time is money after all, so you can also do that as well. But yeah, Alps is one of those things. Vintage and pretty much anything that's not MX in general, because Cherry MX is so ubiquitous, is going to require some degree of DIY and kind of find for yourself. Yeah. There's a 60% Space Invader PCB in group buy. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately with vintage stuff, it's a little bit of a gamble. Anyway, patinas, isn't this a full board? Unless it was one of those protos. Yeah, just take a look then. Give me frog? I don't have any frog. So as you can see, it definitely depends on the light shining on it, but even then, even without the light shining on it directly, you can definitely still tell a sheen of blue and all the different colors. So it's not very dull, even without the correct lighting, but the patina on it itself is beautiful. Is that Zenith? Is it Zenith? I chopped them off. Put some blockers on there. Easy. Just took some piece of metal, pasted them over here and over here. And no, it's a Rogue prototype. Mr. Poner was very gracious and generous in sending this out, and I decided to send it out. I decided to ask Mr. Knee Deep to make it a little more special than just the prototype. And so I sent it out to Mr. Knee Deep, and he was very gracious and generous to actually take me into his queue for December before the end of the year, and managed to kick this out right out. Super fast turnaround. Thank you so much, Knee Deep. Love you and appreciate you a ton. But it's always it's so nice to see fellow enthusiasts do like sick work like this. This is absolutely gorgeous. It's so cool. Same mounting as Zenith. Yeah, right. They use the gaskets on this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I put gaskets on this. Is this going to be public? So right now Rogue is pretty much a project in hiatus. So yeah, at the time I don't think Rogue is going to run. So. Nine Walker, you're about to get yourself banned right now, dude. 19 months or whatever, doesn't matter. You're gonna get banned. You're gonna get yeeted. Yeet. Just like that. Doesn't matter if you're a loyal viewer. I think Poner might just exercise some executive authority here. Oh my goodness. Order 66? Yeah. Oh my god. What switches to use for Zenith with brass plate? Brass plate. Depends on what flavor of switches you like. I mean, do you like tactiles or linears, for example, or maybe clickies? But I think a brass plate could go well with both linears or tactiles personally, but yeah, I don't know. I used to enjoy MX Blacks on brass. I used to also enjoy. I actually do have a build with MX Blacks on brass. I also used to have like Ergo Clears or like Zeal V1 switches before. I don't like heavy tactiles, so but I mean there's that epic sound test. Epic typing video by the most legendary prophet of keyboards. They might call him a god sometimes. It has the Holy Panda on the brass plate with a Shishi on Escape and GMK Oblivion. Is that the Tfue? No, it's not the Tfue. Is that the Teehee typer? The Holy Clacker? The video that started it all? Holy Clackers. Anyway, yeah. How's pin mount? Oh, it's great. I really like the Prophet. It's such a lovely word. It's very underrated though. Like it does have a bit of gift to it actually. The polypropylene plate on this, like it's actually not incredibly soft or anything, but it's just the right amount. It's like not stiff feeling, and it sounds really good on this particular case. I actually really do like the Prophet. I think it's one of those boards that I thought were super underrated. Then after it came out, a lot of people were offloading it, but it's very simple and just works. And as someone said, it's excellent keyboard for travel and for maybe like take it to the office kind of thing. Yeah. It's because it's light, and yeah, people do associate light, heft with quality and all that kind of stuff, right? How different is polypropylene plate from a poly? Good question. I don't know actually. Polypropylene versus polycarbonate. The key. Google, my friend. The true prophet is Google. Google, about 12,700,000 results, 0.48 seconds. The key difference between polypropylene and polycarbonate is that polypropylene consists of allopathic hydrocarbon chains, whereas polycarbonate consists of aromatic hydrocarbon chains. Okay, that's just chemistry. So polypropylene density is 0.9 or 0.92 according to Google. Polycarbonate density is 1.2, so polypropylene is a less dense material than polycarbonate. For example, it is 90% the density of water. Ah yes, the hydrocarbons, that's right. Hydrocarbons. If they're not aromatic, they shouldn't be any close to me at all. Yeah, that makes no sense, right? I don't know. It's kind of dumb. Did you get the 25th anniversary HKB, Diego? I did not, sadly. I should have, but I did not. I wanted to get the Japan version one with the blank top. I should have, but I didn't because I thought it was too much money for a board that I already had several copies of, essentially. So yeah, no more HKBs for me. I have a lot of HKBs, so yeah, I don't think I need it. It's nice though, looks great, pure white, very, very dink. Polypropylene is lower pitch rate. I'm not sure actually. People say so, but is it true? Haven't verified. Maybe. Speaking of HKB 25th, I asked about those color blanks during the webcast, and they said they're releasing in January. Yeah, I heard about. Yeah. I mean, I watched part of the webcast when it was happening, and then I asked a friend about like a TLDW kind of on it, and yeah, at least they might move Hypro again, so that's kind of nice if they ever do. Although I'm not interested in Hypro actually, it's good for the people who are though. I personally just want more keycap options, OEM keycap options. That would be great. Yeah, depends on the boards and switches for sure. Yeah, love to see Toper mount keycaps. Older Toper mount. Well, yeah, Toper mount keycap sets. I think that would be cool. More blanks. That would be great. OEM blanks with the space bars and everything. That would be great. Like the modifiers, space bars, everything, all that good stuff. Yeah. I want more clicky switch innovation. Yeah, I would argue the clickies haven't seen much innovation since what? Box click switch bars. Was that the biggest one probably? Since then, I don't remember what else was there. I mean, Aristotle's were a Franken switch, so no, or Aristotle's rather. But that was like 3 years ago. Yeah, that was like 4 years ago almost actually. It's a tough. Just buy Deskeys sliders. I guess you could do that too. Yeah. I heard the Deskeys sliders are pretty nice. Yeah, you could do that. But OEM Toper has its own charm. There's a texture to it. Oh, excuse me. There's a texture to the OEM PVT as well, which is pretty good. Is there a pretty big issue with the stabs? There's always an issue with stabs with MXifying Toper. Always a matter of concern for people. That's why I refuse to MXify any of my Toper stuff, because I realize there's always some issue with the stab portions because, you know, it's not perfect 1-to-1. Alright, so shall we? I guess we're done for today. Yeah, I think we're done for today. For announcements, for future streams at least, I still have a pretty busy schedule, even after I'm done for today. But I think the next stream might be the hero stream on Monday or Tuesday. I'm gonna say Monday night or Tuesday night, either or. I'll confirm during the weekend. But yeah, So that's probably when that'll happen. Hero stream, I suspect it might be actually a little bit of a longer stream. Probably because people are gonna come by to ask a lot of questions, all that kind of stuff. I certainly don't get an audience as big as Nathan's, but there still is normally a bigger traffic on streams with prototypes that people are asking about a lot. And yeah, I do have some stuff to show for it, so yeah, I have to get that ready, and yeah, parts just arrived, and so I need to like check that everything's here, that they work, that kind of stuff. So yeah, if you didn't, the 2 stem things for an MX stabilizer will hit the plate. Okay, I see. Deskeys products are great though. I mean, they've brought a lot of good stuff to the Topre scene. I mean, just like you should credit Norbauer for bringing like a good chunk of Topre aftermarket case kind of interest. I think that's also been nice. Hiroshima will be the deciding factor whether I get it or not. I mean, don't worry. So it'll definitely happen before the end of the group buy. The Hero, okay, for sure. Like people who are worried, oh my god, what if Lightning doesn't stream it before the end of the group buy? Oh my god, it's so close to the end of the group buy. No, it's gonna happen before the end of the group buy. Don't worry. But yeah, I'll have stuff to show for then. Are you excited for what Omnitype does with the Norbauer tooling? I'm interested to see what happens with it. I'm actually interested to see what happens with it. I don't have a heavy grail though, so of course I have nothing to work with. But I'm constantly tempted into getting a heavy grail. The polycarbonate one that's currently up on Norbauer's website looks so nice. The polycarb one, the clear frosted, the like slight frost clear, so good. Evia too. Evia I think is a Pro 2 required, right? And a real force housing. Yeah, it's quite a lot. And yeah, Topre is good. I mean, it's good to see interest in Topre here and there. I mean, because yeah, it's relatively unsupported other than OEM stuff. So the age of Topre is coming. I hope. Seeing customizable Topre would be very nice, like PCBs and keycaps and all the stuff that we see in MX, but in Topre would be kind of cool. I mean, like a budding scene in that would be really cool. I think it would be really fun. I can't wait to see all the people bitch and moan about how they lost their Topre capacitor springs and how many screws there are on Topre PCBs and how they were screwing down on the case and they broke it, and they broke the standoffs because they screwed too tight, and they decided to follow some terrible advice and decided to apply things to the PCB, and suddenly the electric capacitive springs are not working and the switches are not actuating and the domes are misaligned, and can't wait to see people complaining about how they applied lube here and there and the dome started melting or something, and because once it gets exposure, right? Once Topre gets a lot of exposure, we'll start seeing like a lot of people attempting things, and yeah, I'm sure we'll see a lot more of that too. The beautiful and the ugly sides of modding, of DIY hobbies, is that you see the people who are like buckling down for like, oh, my first DIY project, whatever, and then things go wrong and they get super mad about it. Out of 2 boards, I don't know where they go, just disappear. Oh, so Cognitive Wanderer, if you're actually wondering where you might have put the springs, double check each spring, because sometimes they overlap, and they overlap so perfectly that it looks like one, but it's actually 2. And they're so light, right? They just camouflage right there, so you might want to check. And they work fine. Yeah, you might have actually accidentally put the dome, the spring in the same place where there already was one, or it might have just shifted over by one. In before you actually find those 2 springs while you're like, you know, tampering with your board. I bumped my PCB when I was lubing my HKV and these springs went everywhere. Dude, 85 volt, that's happened to me so many times. I've done that, like, you know, or like that part where you're like about to drop the top part of the case, like on an HKV or whatever, on top of the domes, and then you screw up and accidentally drop it or something, or like kind of like tap it a little and just pain, So much pain. Anyway, Topre is a different kind of. It's not hard. It's not difficult. Topre is not difficult. It's tedious. It's just tedious. Not as Topre third-party keycaps. Yeah. I would love to see OEM kind of quality keycaps for Topre. What kind of GMK would match on a black decal? Can't think of something only white and black. There's a lot of GMK that goes on black. Dracula will go pretty nicely on black. I've seen some violet on cream that looks really good on black. I've seen some taro that looks really good on black. There's like you can put Dolce on black, and you kind of like GMK Dolce, regular Dolce is also very good on black. Oblivion, Apollo, yeah, all these grayscale sets will look good on black too. Heck, you can even go with more colorful like sets and stuff. I've seen some like olive on black, I think would look pretty good too. Yeah, Olivia, yeah. There's a lot though. You can use like more contrast heavy sets like black on white instead. People go for like that Stormtrooper kind of look too. GMK Noir, yeah, I mean eventually once that ships. Oh, Colonial Tower, sorry, I just saw your comment. Kind of late, how do you think the product compares to other 60s, Key, for example? First of all, I guess compared to other 60s, like, first of all, it doesn't have a weight, so it's very light. But feel-wise, it's very, it's like, right? Sorry, I'm a little gassy today. Probably because I drink soda. I usually don't. Yeah, I would say it, normally, like, you know, if you think like top mount is a certain amount of stiffness, I would say this pin mount kind of thing is a little it's kind of like somewhere in the middle between this and like gasket mount, let's say, where like, you know, the plate is being held by the corners here, but and like the edges, but it's not like stiffly being held like in top mount where you actually bolt it to a piece. So I would say like pin mount definitely has a bit more flexibility relative to that. But it's also, you're not like pushing against, you're actually if you're pushed really hard, the case is hanging on a metallic case, so it's not like you're pushing against rubber where the rubber can compress, like, you know, like poron, like, which is foam, right? It's not like you're compressing that, so it definitely doesn't have that kind of softness when you press it really hard. So I think it's somewhere in the middle, and then of course plate material, that kind of stuff will change how you feel about it. Would you say case softer than Profit? Yeah, maybe. It depends on the plate you use. But I think maybe, yeah. Because I think the K at least does have a gasket to rely on that can compress, is compressible technically. So assuming the gasket's soft enough, then yeah, right? It would kind of give as you press. Future Funk, yeah, Future Funk and black. Oh, Lux. I can't believe it. Right, recently, GMK Rouge, of course. But I recently took pictures of GMK Lux, and I also did a GMK Terra, I think, on the black SAT 75 that I built recently. That one also looked pretty nice. Quite a lot of options for black keyboards. Black goes with like a ton of things, honestly. Thoughts on new old stock vintage blacks as well as paying extra for broken switches? Okay, so I did comment on this a little bit. MX Black wise, doesn't matter what the distinction is, whether it says new old stock or used, worn in, whatever. Every batch is different. Unfortunately, you can't rely on just the naming to know whether the switch is good. Actually, like, you probably have a better chance of getting something good by knowing that the seller tells you, like, oh hey, these are actually kind of smooth, you know, they're pretty smooth. That's probably a better account than you hearing new old stock and assuming it's smooth, or worn in and assuming it's smooth, because it could be worn in but very dirty. So yeah, every batch is different with regards to vintage blocks. That's just a fact. Paying extra for broken in switches though, if you're sensitive to the breaking in part, sure, it could be worth it, I was saying, because the difference between stock and broken in might be significant, but once you lube the switches, that difference will be much smaller, because the lube, you know, it's a pretty thick layer of thing that, you know, the plastic will be gliding on essentially. So once you lube your switches, that variation will collapse quite a bit. So if you're sensitive to it still though, broken in switches might be worthwhile. I personally wouldn't pay, like if I'm paying over $1 per switch, I think it's already too expensive, personally. Piles up pretty quickly though, like the cost per switch piles up pretty quick, because then you have to buy, if you have to spring swap, then you have to buy springs, you have to buy films, and then stabs, and then, you know, whatever, right? Like, you have to buy all these accessories. When you take all that into consideration, if I'm paying over $1 a switch, it already kind of gets too expensive. For the return on it is pretty small, at least for me, because once you lube the switch, it's pretty smooth. Yeah. What's more scratch? What is a more scratch magnet? Acrylic or aluminum? If the aluminum is anodized properly, I think acrylic is more prone to scratching, visibility wise, especially if the acrylic is like the clear ones. And also it depends on the color of the acrylic. You might not be able to see it, and whether it's frosted or not, that also will change it. But I think a well anodized aluminum board doesn't scratch that easily. This is why we do anodize them, after all. Not just to give it color, but also to prevent damage. Well, and by damage I really mean very little. Like it's pretty sensitive to, because it's soft metal, but and it's not like a thick layer or anything. I mean, actually you're depositing things into the metal, right? Does anyone have a particular Alp switch they would recommend? I personally recommend SKCM Orange a lot. If you want very tactile ones, go for brown, but much more expensive. Blues are excellent clickies. Salmons can be good, but I prefer orange tactiles for SKCM Alp switches. For their tactile, I think oranges are really nice. And they're not as expensive, I think. If someone tells you neon green, it's probably a meme. They're extremely expensive and rare. If someone tells you striped amber, it's also a meme. You'll never get that in the first place, but also. If it's frosted PC, you can technically buff them out. Yeah, you can. There's that video by Norbauer that he changes the texture of frosted PC. Place your keyboard on a desk mat and don't keep sharp objects around it. Yep. That's another way to do it. Someone did exclamation desk mat, and this is basically what it is, cloud. You can search on Google, just search leather desk mat keyboard treehouse, and you'll find a link for it. Leather desk mat. Oh, here, I have a link here for you. There's your link. Does DCS Keycap sit on the same height as DCS MX? I don't know. I don't have both to compare it with for you. Shout out AE Boards, I'm my local vendor. Yeah, so AE Boards, Eric, my friend from down south, fellow. He and I share a name, but yeah. Good man. They make some good stuff. Funny guys. Anyway, all right. So I think I'm done for tonight now. It's actually getting late now, but I'm probably done for now. I'm going to raid somebody, I think. Let's see who's up. Rocklina just started streaming. Takoya Keys has been streaming for quite some time. CG Buin, what are they doing? Rare TKL stream build. What? What are they building though? Time to take a sneak peek at a stream. Is that a Philco? All right. So what do you guys wanna? Let's raid Rock Lena. We haven't raided Lena in like ages actually. You can use a C word to him because he's Australian. Oh yeah, he's a cunt. Alright, let's raid Rock Lena. Again, thanks everybody for stopping by. I'll catch you guys on the next one. He's a sick cunt. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll see you guys on the next one. Probably going to be the hero stream. If it's not the hero stream, you'll probably know because it doesn't say on the title. But I'll be announcing also the details on the hero stream during the weekend. or on Monday of the day of actually, but it'll most likely be Monday night or Monday evening or Tuesday evening. Okay. All right. So let's just go say, what is she up to? Let's just say, mining raid. Hope you have a great late night stream because I'm off. So I'm gonna go right away. All right. Thank you, everybody. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you again. Have a great weekend. And yeah. See ya.